Welcome back to Real Hardcore Minecraft, where we use no totems, no sleeping, and no auto farms. Now, today, it's time to once again expand our land. Obviously, previously, we expanded out here and built this village over on this side, but I want to expand another way as well. So obviously, now we've got access to that continent over there, or that landmass, I guess, over there. We've got this massive mountain here, but we've got no access over here. So it's time to build a bridge. We're going to build it big, and we're going to build it beautiful, all right? I've never actually built a big bridge before in Minecraft, so this is going to be a first for me. I kind of have a rough idea of what I want to build, but not 100% sure how we're going to do it. Currently, we're sitting on day 388, which means this bridge has to be fully complete before day 400. That doesn't give us much time, only 12 in-game days, which is about 4 hours, or less now because this day is already well underway. So there's absolutely no time for any shenanigans. I need to go and grab all of my shulker boxes that are all just absolutely scattered here, filled with random stuff from the previous project. So let me get my affairs in order over here and take out all the random stuff and fill it up with the stone, which is going to be the primary block we're going to be using in this bridge. After a whole bunch of sorting, all the random stuff is out of the shulkers. I've only got them filled with some stone and some andesite as well. And the rest of the stuff is all in these chests here, which we don't have time to deal with right now. We are strapped for time, guys. So let's head back to the base and grab a couple more things we're going to need to be able to get this project started. I'm also going to drop off a couple of the shulker boxes. I don't think we're going to need them all. I think that should be good for now. We'll leave 5 in there. I have no idea where the rest of them have gone. I used to have a lot more. Oh, there's one in there filled with random stuff. I'm going to need a little bit more andesite, which is a problem. We don't have any on my days. We have a little bit of diorite, so I'm going to convert that into some andesite as well. How much is that going to get us? Probably not much. Okay, got us, you know, a little bit over 5 stacks, which is not too bad at all, not too shabby, but I don't think that's going to cut it, to be quite honest with you. Let's go ahead and chuck that in here. We got maybe, you know, half a shulker. That's not too horrible, to be honest with you. So let's get over to where the sides of the bridge is going to be. And I've already decided I want the Y level to be 100. I already came over and did a little bit of looking around and seeing how it would fit. And I think this angle right here, kind of directly in line with this hole there, is going to be perfect. Straight across is going to give us a good angle, I think. So if I go down to Y 100 and make sure I have my silk touch shovel. I want to collect this gravel as well. So about here, this level here should be pretty perfect. So I'm just going to need to dig this down a little bit just so we can have a little bit of area to work off. Okay, I've got my fortune pickaxe as well. So let's swap that for the silk touch version. That'll be a bit more representative of this project. So this is the kind of level it's going to work from. So I'm just going to place down a bunch of these shulkers now. Going to have 2 shulkers for stuff we might collect. I don't think there's going to be much collecting. This is going to be the first video where we do barely any terraforming. This video is going to be mostly building, which is not too bad, to be honest. We've been doing a lot of digging, so building is going to be nice. I'm really hoping this bridge turns out nice because I have some high hopes for it. I think it's going to really shape up this whole area here because there's kind of this big cove, and I think the bridge is going to split it up nicely because there's such a big distance here. So the very first thing we need to do is go ahead and build across. So I guess right on this point here is probably going to be the best. Maybe the middle. I'll go pretty much where I'm standing right there. So from here, we'll make it 5 blocks wide in the future, but we're just going to build across 1 block for now, all the way to the other side. I know on the other side it doesn't match up perfectly to Y100, but that's okay because we're going to eventually do a little bit of terraforming over there anyway, and that side is probably going to be built up a little bit. So I think this will work out very nicely, and it's a good level on this side too. We're very high up above the ocean, so we're definitely going to have enough space to get some big boats in there for a plan I have of this little cove area here. Now we have some friends over here waiting for us. Look at that. All right, about here will be where the bridge ends. Let's yep, he can go. Come over here and we're gonna build this all the way. But before we do that, I do not want to be fighting monsters or creepers on this bridge. Okay, that was bad. Oh, look at all the creepers over here. Oh my days, guys. What's going on? Let's just finish these guys off real quick. Oh, there's a skeleton as well. Come on, mate. That's just not fair. I'm being quite honest with you. All right, come here, mate. Let me just deal with this fella. Okay, I do have 55 torches in here, which will be way more than enough. I'm just going to chuck it all the way across the middle of this bridge here. That should be way more lighting than we need, which is what we want. We don't want any of these cheeky buggers spawning. The worst thing when building a bridge is having a creeper. Well, oh, man's got a sword and literally just smacked me right in the face. That really hurt. I'm not going to lie. I felt that. I felt that on the inside. Okay, I'm going to build this across now and fatten this chunky boy up, get it 5 blocks wide. And then I've got the wonderful job of trying to find the middle because obviously the bridge needs to have some stabilizers. I'm planning on having 3 kind of holes, so they're going to be huge arches, but I do need to figure out where the middle is so we can get those done, because otherwise it's going to look real funky. And oops, I wasn't supposed to throw that off. Oh my days, I'm going to have to jump down and grab that. I need both of those items. That was embarrassing. Oh, not phantoms. You know what, I don't want to deal with these guys. I'm getting out of here. I'm going to have a quick rest. We don't skip the night, but if we lay down in the bed for a split second, it's going to clear the insomnia, which is what causes that's what causes the phantoms to spawn, insomnia. So if you sleep in bed for a second, it's going to clear that. But as you can see, it's still nighttime. Okay, we ain't skipping no nights. Oh, look at these guys here. I was gone for a second. They want to start having a party. What's going on? Nope, he's blown. Oh, okay, he blew up and then I was able to one-shot him. That was nice. Kind of worked out well, to be honest. All right, enough yapping, more building. All right, I'll see you guys in a second when this is all chunky and 5 blocks wide. Okay, so as I was building across, it's about 125 blocks long. So I have to count 60 to the middle. Okay, so let me do that and I'll see you guys in a second. So this is the middle right here. I've marked it out very nicely with this stone and torches. And if we go into free cam mode, we can kind of see it looks like it matches up pretty nicely. So the calculations seem to be on point. Okay, now the hard part is of course planning out where these little pillar thingy majiggies are gonna go. I don't know what they're called. Support beams? Whatever they're called, you know what I'm talking about, all right? You got to figure that part out. So I don't even know where to start. So I think I'm going to grab a bunch of stone bricks because I know I want the trim to be stone bricks. We're going to have stone as the main kind of middle building block, but these stone bricks are going to be the trim. Kind of like what we do for all the buildings. I use spruce as the trim and then, have a bit of stone bricks in the middle. So for this build in particular, these stone bricks are going to be the trim. So I'm going to grab a bunch of them. And where are my scaffoldings? Oh my goodness. We've already spent 1 day. This is now day 389. We've only got 11 days left. We got to get a massive wriggle on right now. We're moving like a worm when we need to be wriggling like a snake, all right? I don't know why I said that, okay? I'm just trying to get this done, all right? There's a scaffold. We got 3 stacks. You know what? This is a big build. I'm probably going to need a bit more. I'd rather have more than not enough, you know what I mean? So I'll grab 5 stacks and we'll go back. Let's get out of this base. I love flying out of this base still. It's still one of my favorite builds, I'm not going to lie. So I'll go to the middle and I'm going to try and drop down over the side here. Okay, I didn't realize my mic was muted. Basically, I've fallen down right underneath the middle point and I've created a little platform and we're building up some scaffolding to get better access to the underneath so I can build up some of these circular pillars. Now, what I'm going to do, I always followed the same kind of pattern when building circles. I just changed the numbers a little bit. So I'm going to go right in the middle. The first one's going to be 5 blocks like this. So this should still be the middle. If I have a look, yeah, look at that right in the middle. Beautiful. Okay, 5 blocks. Then we're going to go 3. So down 1, then 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, we'll do the same on the other side. Down 1, then out 3. Then we go down another 1. Oh no, our scaffolding's run out. That's absolutely horrendous. But anyway, we go 2 like that. 5, 3, 2. Have to do the same thing over here like that. Remove the stone, so it's only the stone bricks. I just fell all the way down. Lucky we didn't die. Oh my days. Now I'm gonna have to build another platform, aren't I? Gonna go 1 block up so I don't disturb the water. I guess I'll go out this far and we'll build up like this. Exact same thing. This is gonna be a very tedious project, I'm not gonna lie. Just because of how tall up it is, it's gonna be pretty hard to build up there. Well, at least the first one. Once we have the kind of shape planned out, it's gonna be easier to build the other ones. All right, so that's the kind of first arch completed. I think that's a good shape. I'm pretty happy with that. There's gonna be a 1 block gap and then I'll do another arch and then once again, another arch. But I wanna detail this because if I can get the details right, I'm not going to have to do all this scaffolding thing. I can build it from the bottom up and it will mean there's going to be less back and forth because we don't have time for that right now. In order to do that, I'm going to need to get some stairs because that's going to how we shape this thing up. I don't have a crafting bench. How many times have I done this? Way too many times to count. I never bring a crafting bench. I always forget it. I should probably also invest in a stone cutter too. I know everyone keeps saying that, but I don't actually know how to make it and I haven't got time to figure that out, alright? Do I have fireworks in here somewhere? I hope so. You know what? I'm sure I've got them in my shulker box. I hope so because I've only got 6 left. It's not many, alright? We're coming towards the end of day 389, so we're burning through the time pretty quick. Okay, I don't have fireworks in there. That's very unfortunate. I'm gonna make up a bunch of stone brick stairs. Oh yeah, I landed. Okay, I was worried I wasn't going to land that. I'm I'm going to just chuck some stone brick stairs on the inside of all of this just to shape it up a little bit. Where's the middle? On my days, here it is. Can I reach it? Oh, just. Okay, I still need to hit that one though. So let's find the middle. Should be here. Wait, can I just place like a block like this? Oh, I can. Okay, that is dope. Why did I not think of that before? That's... I can't believe I've never done that before. That seems so obvious. I can't believe I've never even tried that. That'll make it so much easier. Why has no one mentioned that to me, that I can just place a block and then have more scaffolding space? Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's have a gaze at that. Okay, the inside looks good, but the outside looks weird. So I'm going to go ahead and replace each of these corner blocks with a stair as well. I think that should shape it up pretty nicely. Fingers crossed, because if not, then that kind of sucks. So let's build across using our newfound technique here. Now remove the top block and replace it with that. Oh, this is going to be very tedious. Okay, before I do the other side, let's see that. Okay, why is that one missing there? Oh my days. There. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. I think that looks better than the other side for sure. It's much more curvy, I guess. So let's go ahead and do that on the other side as well. I'm so glad I brought all these scaffolding. I'm sure I would have run out if I only brought 3 stacks. Okay, and that's that side all shaped up as well. Now that I have one arch looking pretty nice, it's time for me to go ahead and do this so many more times, which is going to take a while. So I guess enjoy the time lapse. Starting off with the second arch, I got the first half right, but when starting the other half, I missed the measurements by 1 block, which was an easy fix because I just needed to move it over by 1. After messing up the first one, I used a new measurement type by placing down stone every other block to make it easier to count, and it went up super easily. I then created 2 half ones which reached into the mountains on both sides, and then mirrored all of them with a 3 block gap in between to finish it off. And ladies and gentlemen, after another full game in day, currently on day 391, which is getting a little bit closer than I like to be. But if you have a look at this, we've actually got all of it in and it's looking kind of nice. It is still just very much a skeleton of what we're going to be building, but I think it's coming together pretty well. Now, the next thing to do is fix up this middle part. I think it's way too open. So I want to kind of fatten these chunky boys up a little bit more and then put some kind of design in here. So I think the next thing to do is create a kind of another circle that links up from the top here into the middle and then up again. So it's kind of like a triangular kind of thing with circular edges, I guess. I don't even know, alright? So let's get that figured out. So I'm thinking on this one here, straight up, that'll give us a decent amount of space in here. Then we'll just create like another circle. Now we'll go 2, 2, so down 1 and then 2. Then we'll go 1, so 2, 2, 1. Then we'll go 2, 2 again. So let me come out here a little bit. So we'll go out and then down 2. Then out again and down 2, just like that. I'm thinking that's a good kind of thickness. Yeah, it's nice and juicy. Next one should go down 3. So let me drop down a little bit more and we'll come in here and we'll go down 1, 2. Oh goodness. We need to go down 1 more block. 3. So that should be right in the middle, right? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so now I just need to replicate that here and then try and figure out if it looks good. Obviously, that's the most important part. So I'll go here, I'll remove this stone. So we'll just do the opposite. We'll go 2, then we'll go 2, then we'll go 1, 2, and 2 like that. Fingers crossed I've done that right. Hopefully, I'm sure I have. This hardcore world was the first hardcore world I've ever really used scaffolding, but I think I'm getting used to it now. I think I'm getting a lot better at using the whole thing. So now if we look at that, that should... Oh, I've missed a stone there. That looks weird. Hang on a minute. We can't really see it with that stone there. Throwing me off. Let's have a look now, okay? Yeah, you know what? That shape is pretty nice, but it does look a bit weird, so we got to get some stairs in there as well. So I think we're going to do the exact same thing. Let me go like this. Let me come out 1 and go down like this. So I can chuck in a little stone brick stair like that. Then we'll do the exact same thing we did here. We'll add in the stairs just to the edges on the inside like this, just like that, okay? And then we'll go on the outside, just like we did for the other kind of stone brick edge thing, and we'll delete them and then add the stone bricks in instead of the full blocks on the outside, just like we did previously, like this. And then I guess for this one, we'll just like that. I think that's good. No, we'll delete that. We'll go down 1 block like that. Oakley dokley. I think that's good. Let me come out here and do the exact same thing on the other side, and we'll just see how that looks, okay? All right. I think that's looking pretty good. That's a very consistent kind of shape there. I'm actually very happy with how that turned out and very surprised that I was able to get that first go. So now I just need to replicate that on all of these little holes here and get this thing kind of finished with the at least trim. I think there's still going to be like a little kind of thing here, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes when we finish in the rest, and guess we're just going to have to see how it plays out because we've only got 8 days left because we're on day 391, but we're coming to the end of this day. So yeah, we got, well, I guess 8.5 days left. So let's keep going. All right, so I do need to go get more fireworks because, you know, I've got one left. So I'm going to come over to my sugarcane farm, bash a bunch of this sugarcane. Oops, I shouldn't need too much. So I'll just get maybe a couple stacks. That should be plenty. We got almost 3 stacks. And I'll head back into our base, grab up some gunpowder, turn that bad boy into some fireworks. Oh my days, look at that. That was bloody beautiful, mate. Oh my days. Okay, I haven't got much gunpowder. Where's it gone? I thought I had way more. Guess I got 4 there. I got 10 there. 32. Okay, we're scrounging it together. Okay, I've only got a little bit. Whatever, that's fine. You know, that'll do me. Boom. Okay, how many fireworks do we get? 3 stacks. Okay, that'll be sweet for now. That'll keep us going for a while. So I'm chucking these bad boys in there for now. Put the kelp in there too. I don't need that. Now, another thing I need to do, I need to get more meat because I've only got 16 and I don't think it's going to last us the whole time. We got 8 days left. Well, I guess we're part of the way through 8 days now. So I'm going to grow up some wheat. A stack and 16 should be plenty. Going to feed these chubby buggers to make some more babies just to keep the population nice and high. I don't know why these guys love to climb the mountain. They're always chilling up here. One of the popular spots. And the last few wheat. There we go. Now I'm just going to take out a bunch of them. Oh, I just took out a baby. So I'm a horrible human. Now I'm just going to get maybe like 2 stacks worth of meat. I swear one day I'm just going to make a huge amount of meat so I don't have to do this for a while. Because I feel like we have to do this every like 50 days we come and do something like this. Okay, that's pretty much a stack. So, oh, I got some in here already. So I'm just going to cook that up. Oh, we have a decent amount. Okay, I didn't really need to take them out. Look at all this leather. Wow. All right, but we got 2 stacks cooking up. I don't think we'll need to come back during this project because we only have 8 days left and we got 42. So that should do us for a while. But if you look at this bridge now, it's coming along very nicely. I did see that I left a stone. Here it is. Right there. Let me take that out. But the bridge is looking nice. Let's do a real quick flyby. Let's fly through this bridge. Wow, that is amazing. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but I need to go back to the base and get a couple things. I don't know how much of this stuff I have. I'm hoping I have enough, but we're about to find out. In here, oh, look at that. The mossy stone bricks and cracked stone bricks. We have a bunch. That is an absolute amazing thing to see. I'm not going to lie. So what am I going to do with these blocks? Well, I'll show you exactly what I'm going to do. Now, before we do, I need to grab a couple more things. I need to grab up some stone. I don't think we're going to need this scaffolding. I'm going to keep 1 stack on me just in case. And we don't need the torches or the gunpowder. We'll chuck that in there. We actually shouldn't need the stairs either. So I'll put the stairs in there too. But I'm going to grab up some andesite and then some stone. And then I'll grab a full shulker box of stone as well because we're going to need a lot of it. I don't really want to be coming back. Hold on. One more thing I need. One more thing. I'm going to turn half a stack of stone into slabs and then a full stack of stone into stairs. That should be enough because we're not going to use much of that. You know what? I'm going to bring the crafting table with me too because I know for sure I'm probably going to need that thing because I always mess up these numbers big time. But we have 7.5 days left because this day is coming towards an end. So we got to get a bit of a wriggle on. We got to get this thing going. So what am I going to do with all these blocks? Well, let me show you right now. I'm going to do the middle one first because I feel like this one's the most important. So obviously I'm not going to do any texturing underneath the water. So I'm just going to fill this up with stone for now. Up there. Just pretty much placing in a square of 9. So there's no gap between these ones on the sides, but here there is a gap. See, this is going to be a gap right here, but there's no gap on between these ones here, if that makes any sense. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I shouldn't need my sword. I shouldn't need my shovel. There's nothing to dig actually, so I definitely won't need my shovel. I won't need steak and I won't need fireworks. So I'm going to grab in mossy stone brick, some cracked stone bricks, and the andesite. And then the rest is going to be our regular stone, mostly stone. Actually, no, pretty much all stone. We don't really need the stone bricks actually. What I'm going to do is every couple blocks, I'm going to remove a stone brick and place it with a mossy and then also replace some of them with the cracked. Because if I don't do this now, I'm going to have to use scaffolding to do it later because texturing is important. And while I'm building up, I might as well do it so I don't have to do it twice, if that makes any sense. Because usually, like, especially when we're doing our walls, I place it all in with stone and then I just replace the andesite with scaffolding in front. If you've seen me build before, you know that's how I usually do it. But I think placing the andesite randomly like this is going to be so much better. I'm hoping so. And it should make this project go a lot faster, because if we don't do that, I don't think we're going to have time to really do any texturing. So I'm just going to kind of do this. So it gives us this little bit of a look, because it is important. The textures are always super important. I just need to make sure to remember to do it. That's the main thing. So when we get up to here, I'm going to go up by 1. Then I think I'll place a stone stair here, and then up another one, and then another. Oh my days. I swear, I'm probably going to do that so much doing this part. This is going to be very tricky. So I'll fly to the top and I'll just try and drop down. Oh, this is going to be tricky. I'm going to have to fly down. Okay, we got it. Okay. Oh my days. So I'm going to place it like that. And then I think we'll go up one and then we'll place, oh no, hold on. Place it here like that. That'll give us a nice kind of angle instead of it just being flat. I think that'll look nicer. And at this point, I'll just repeat that design a couple more times. I guess until I can't really repeat it, because it does get quite weird up there. It's like very diagonal. So I definitely won't be able to do it up there, but I think I'll be able to do it one more time. Let's give that a go. Oh, I've been forgetting to place these in. I can't really do it with the stairs, so maybe it'll look all right. Let's just have a quick gaze. Okay, maybe I should replace one of these. This one, I guess. That'll be fine, mate. So we'll do this design one more time. I think that's all we'll be able to do it, really. Like this. Okay. Now, what on earth am I going to do here? Instead of like a stair, maybe I can do a slab here. So we'll go like this and we'll go a slab and then stairs on the side. How does that look? Okay, that looks fine. That seems like a normal thing to do. Now, if we go up again, oh my days, this is getting tricky. I think we'll just, let me put in some stone here and we'll just do another set of stairs, but this time a full block. So it's kind of traveling up a little bit. And I think the only real thing I can do is build it up like this. So I'll go full block and then a stair with a slab in the middle. How does that look? Okay, I think we're onto something. Now, if I do the same thing again, if I go slab there, then I go 2 blocks maybe, but I'll go a slab up again. Oh my god, guys, this is getting tricky, getting real tricky. Maybe a stair. It's getting hard to walk up here too. I can't really do anything. I'm literally sneaking right now. I think I should fill this one in. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to do something here. Hold on, I need to go down 2 blocks as well. So we'll go here. Okay, maybe we'll be able to work from under here. I don't know why I was stuck up in there. That was weird. Okay, we're still kind of stuck, but you know, it's a bit better. So I'll go here. Now with this a bit lower, if I just trim that up like that, and then I'll go like this. How does that look? Okay, I think this is the best I can kind of come up with, if I'm being completely honest with you. I think I should put in, hold on, I can't put one there, can I? Change this to a andesite. Maybe one of these to andesite. Maybe that one too. I'll change these stone bricks because I completely forgot about that as well. Okay, I think that's looking kind of good. That's only the inside done. Now I need to come in here, and I need to fill in here as well. Okay, I'll come all the way back down to here, I guess, and I'll just start filling this area in here, just so we can see how it kind of looks if it's filled in. Because before I do anything else, I want to make sure one side looks perfect, so I can just duplicate that onto all the other sides. Now for the inside, I'm just going to leave it like this, nice and flat, because you're not really going to see that. So then I'll just fill this side in with stone. So I think that's that side done, right? Oh, that's looking pretty good. I do like that. That's looking really nice. Now I just have to replicate that on every single side. Oh man. And we're on day 393. We have 7 days left to do this. This is probably going to be the hardest part, to be honest with you. I don't know if we even have enough stuff to do it. We should, but this is going to be tough. Hopefully we can do it. I guess the best way to do this is, of course, going to be a time lapse, because I'm going to need to really focus hard and try and get this done as quickly as possible. So I guess enjoy the time lapse. All right, and that is the whole thing filled up now, and it's looking a lot better, but I still think that little bit here is looking a little bit strange because there's nothing in there. So I think I have a really good idea, which might look nice and add a little bit of different color instead of just being gray. So let me go ahead and grab a new block that we're going to add. I don't think I actually have it here. I think I'm going to need to go to the new section that we just made, actually. Let me fly over there real quick. Man, I really don't like these storms. It just makes the whole game look so sad and gloomy. I mean, I think our base still looks pretty nice, but looks better when it's sunny. Everything looks better when it's sunny. This place looks so good though too. It does look a bit weird with there being, you know, nothing in between it. But once we get that done, it's going to look pretty perfect, mate. So let me see what we've got in here. I need to find a particular block that you guys have seen me use a lot. And it's not in there. Oh my god, that is a heavy leaf. It just took half me health. Leaves shouldn't do that. That's wild. I think it should be in here somewhere. There we go. Spruce fences, okay? Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know how much I love to use spruce in literally everything. I have an addiction to spruce. It is bad. I'm also going to grab up some sticks because I don't want to turn too many logs into sticks. If I've got the sticks there, I might as well use them. But this little splash of color, I think is really going to bring out this bridge a lot. I'm hoping it's going to look good, okay? So let's kind of fly into here. Let's see what we can do. So I think I'm going to create like a little triangle. I told you I'd need this crafting table again. I needed it for the other part as well. I had to use it quite a few times to make some extra stuff. I'm going to make up some stone brick stairs and slabs, and I'm going to place them around here just to give it a bit more shape, because it's a bit boring without it. Just like this. I'll make sure to change some of these as well, just for that texture. Now let's have a look at that. Okay, trust me, this is going to look better. This is still looking a bit strange, I'm not going to lie. Going to copy that exact same pattern onto this side as well. Now I'm going to connect them together using just regular stone. Should I connect this? I'm not sure. We'll do that for now. I think that should be okay. So obviously I'm going to try and fill up the middle with some spruce fences. I'm sure a lot of you already could tell I was going to do that, but I'm hoping it's going to look good because I don't really have an idea of what else I can do. So that's all filled up now. Let's have a look at how that looks. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay, I think that's pretty nice. Oh my days. You know, it adds just a little bit of that color, but I still think there's some missing. There needs to be a little bit more. I think maybe adding some through here as well, just to fill in this gap here would be perfect. Not all the way through, just a little bit. So let me go ahead and make up some more because I used pretty much everything I've got. How many can we make? Oh, we got plenty. Look at that. So let me just jump down. I think the best way to do this is to just hope for the best, I guess, and just jump like this until we can reach up there, then build down like that, then build out and fill it like that. That's probably the best way to go about it. Now let's have a quick look at that. Oh yeah, that just really fills it in. Adds that nice little bit of color through the middle so it's not just gray. Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Now let's do the other side as well. And there we go. That's that one done. I mean, look at the difference between this one here and then this one here. That's such a huge difference. Just that little bit of brown, you know, different color just really changes it. I'm loving it. I think when we get the roof, or I guess the side bits done as well, the barrier kind of things, I'm going to probably do something similar to what I've done here. But once we get that in here as well, I think this bridge is really going to start looking awesome. I'm so happy with how this is coming along. We're currently sitting on day 395, but we're at the end of the day. So we've got literally just under 4 days left. So we got to get a wriggle on. That's barely even an hour. So I need to go ahead and do that for the other 3 spots in there. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll see you guys when that's done. And I've gone ahead and got that done. But as you can see by my little spruce farm over here, I had to get some more spruce logs because I ran completely out. I didn't need much more. I ended up getting like 2.5 stacks, I think, from that farm because there was quite a few trees and I just took them all out. But I have a couple leftover fences, so at least I guess we made some extra. But as you can see, all the fences are in on both sides as well, and it's looking a lot nicer. But we need to get the top done because I think that's what is really going to bring this bridge out. Let me quickly deal with down here though. There's a bunch of stone that should just not be here. So let's just get rid of that. I think that's really going to make us see what this bridge is truly looking like once this stone is gone, because you can't really see with this huge line of stone at the bottom here. Kind of just a massive eyesore in the middle of everything. And I'll quickly remove this platform as well. There's no need for this to be here anymore. I don't even think we really needed it in the first place. Once I figured out you could place just blocks and then keep building on the scaffolding. Man, this bridge is looking magnificent. From down here, it just looks incredible. Oh my days. I don't think I've ever built anything this nice. This is remarkable. Oh my goodness. Now, if we have a look at that from the sky now, you can very clearly see this thing is looking epic. That line of stone there really made a difference. Now with that gone, this thing really comes to life. Look at that. Now, obviously it's not done yet. We do need to get the top part done, and I'm pretty sure I know what I'm going to be doing with this part. Very, very simple, but I think it's going to be enough. We don't need to go too crazy to make something look nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to obviously fly up there because I'm a bit lazy. I don't want to climb up a mountain. We're sitting on day 396. Well, the end of day 396. So we've technically only got 3 days left, and it has to be completed. We can't be working on day 300. That would be illegal, of course. Now, because of these little triangles here, I want them to kind of be involved a little bit more. I want them to be a little bit less flat. So I think if I place a stair here and then have this come up like this, then kind of be a dividing thing for the design I'm about to make, I think that will be nice. Right? And then where should the other one be? Over here. Oh my goodness. I don't think there'll be another one on this side. Okay, so we'll go this way first, just to make sure it's going to work. If I find the next triangle is here, right here. If I go ahead and do the same thing, I place a stair, then 3 stone bricks and then a stone brick stair. Oh no, we got phantoms. Let me quickly have a quick little shut of the eyes because I don't want them to be messing with me while I'm doing this part. They'll knock me off and it's going to make it impossible to do. So I'm going to quickly do the same thing we did before. Just sleep for a second to stop them spawning because, you know, they're annoying as hell. Boom, boom. That was quick. We're a power napper. We don't mess around, all right? Wow, look at this bridge as you come out. That's incredible. Now, I do want to have a little bit of a shake up. I don't want just a straight line of stone. So I think doing three stone bricks, then a stone brick stair like this, and 3 stone bricks, then a stair. That should line up perfectly. Hopefully. I'm really hoping. Yeah, that's the middle. And that's 3. And I think that's as good as it's going to get, really. Yeah, look at that. So the reason I have this stair is because I don't want just a straight line of stone bricks. This stair every 3 blocks is really going to just shake it up a little bit. You've got to keep it shaking and baking, you know what I mean? And 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Okay, now let's have a look at that. Okay, the one right next to this tall pillar, I'm going to change that also to a stair just to give it a little bit more shape on that triangle, just to make it, you know, stand out a tiny bit more. I'm hoping that's what it's going to do. Let's see. Or does that look weird? Nah, I think that's nice. Yeah, that's so much better. Okay, that's the design we're going to go with. I think that looks so good. Now, if I go and place stone bricks and stone brick stairs like this, every one, that should also line up as well because it's odd. Yep, look at that. Bang on the money. Alrighty. And finally, I don't have my oh, it's over here. Okay, let me just quickly come over here. Hold on a minute. He's got an enchanted bow. Let's get him out of there. Now, if I make up a bunch of spruce slabs, I should probably make up all of them. Probably going to need them all. And then place them kind of like I have done over on the walls over there. I think that'll also add a little bit of color and it'll just tie into those pillars we've got down the bottom. Yes, look at that. I'm not a massive fan of how flat this is though. So I think adding a stair in the middle part right here is going to be a little bit better, but how am I going to do that? How are we going to get there? Oh my goodness. I've set myself up with a bit of a pickle here, guys. Where's the middle? Is it this one here? Yes, it is. So if I just quickly remove this one, then place a stair, then place it back in, that should be enough. Yeah, that breaks up that straight line there and adds a little bit of a emphasis on this middle part here. I think that's nice. I think another thing we can do to break it up a bit is add in some texture using the mossy and the cracked bricks like we've done before. So if I grab them and I'll just change a couple, I'm going to make sure I don't change. Okay, the stairs are all in line with the block, so that's good. That'll work. So I can just change these ones in here every now and again, and that should really shake it up a bit. And maybe some of these ones as well. Now let's have a look at that. Okay, I think that's bang on the money, guys. That is bloody beautiful. Look at that. Oh man, it looks a bit weird because it's only that one section. I think once we do the whole thing, it's going to look a lot better. So I guess enjoy the time lapse, and hopefully that'll be the bridge kind of at least very close to being done, and hopefully before day 400. I'm sure it's not going to take 4 days to do this. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a second. And with that, that is the bridge now complete. At least the majority of it. I think it's looking really nice. I think I've done a pretty decent job. Not the best, but you know, I think it's still very nice, okay? I'm very happy with what I was able to get done. Now, in order to finish this project officially, we have to make sure it actually makes sense. Right now, it just kind of spawns out of nowhere. So I got to quickly tidy up this land a bit, start having a road come up to the left here, and if we have enough time, potentially start a road heading over towards this side. Now, we're on day 397, or night 397, so we only have 2 days left. So we got to get as much of this done as we can. So I'm going to drop off all the stuff that I don't really need, and I'm just going to start going to town on this this thing. I'm going to try and dig all the way back to that kind of area there where a wall should be and see if we can start building that out. Thankfully, we are going to be able to get a ton of gravel from this, which is going to be helpful because I do use gravel a lot, especially when making coarse dirt. So it is definitely something that I need. So I'll dig it back to about here. Now I just got to lower that another 2 blocks and that should be pretty sweet. And then as we get back to here, I'm just going to jump up and place in a bunch of stone just so I can start forming the back of this mountain. Get the backdrop at least looking pretty beautiful. Kind of just like this. So now I just need to shape this up a little bit because obviously the flat walls look a bit weird. So that's just as easy as this. And if you guys want to see exactly how I do this, I've actually made a tutorial on my channel very recently explaining and showing exactly how to get these walls looking good. I tried to be as in-depth as I could to make it, as easy to follow as possible. So if you do want to make these mountains, just be sure to go check out that video because it shows you exactly how to do that on your own. I go through the planning, how to carve out the mountains a little bit, and of course, most importantly, the texturing, which in my opinion is the most important part of doing these mountains. So now this is kind of how it's going to look. If I go to the sky in free cam, you can see it's quite a nice, decent amount of space. So we're going to be able to build some nice things over here. Now, we are now starting day 398. So we haven't got much time. I got to go back to the base. Luckily, it's not a very far trip. And I need to grab as much of the grass that I can. I just grab as much as I can fit in my inventory, which seemed to be almost 18 stacks. Now, before we go back, I want to quickly show you guys something. If you haven't been watching the full movies, then this is probably your first time seeing this because I haven't actually included it in many of the episodes. But this is our map room. You can see this is the 100-day map. This is what it looked like back then. It doesn't look like there's much going on. This is day 200. You can see a huge difference. This is day 300. Not as much of a difference, but over here, this is where day 400 is going to be. So I'm excited to do that. If you do want to see how that looks, you got to go watch the 400-day video, which is going to be posted next. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, you can always just scroll to the end and just see the map at the very end. But watching that whole video helps me out more than you could ever imagine. Because the videos are so long, it gets a lot more exposure if people watch the whole thing. So if you do want to support the channel, that's the best way to do it for free. You don't even have to watch it. You can just leave it playing in the background if you like. But yeah, that helps me out so much. You have no idea. But anyway, let's go back and we're going to start working on this bit again. I'm going to try and build the mountains without just making a flat wall, just so I don't have to double hand it, I guess, just because we haven't really got that much time to be double handling everything. I want to try and get as much of this done as I can, just because I feel like having the bridge not connect to anything doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like a finished project if I don't finish that part. So now when I replace this line of stone on the floor, it's really going to change the area because obviously there's no grass, it's all gravel. But having this grass in here is really going to make it look more full and more alive, and I guess more changed compared to what it was originally. Now, if I just have a look at that area here, you can see the grass does change it so much. This area already looks very different just in this section here compared to over here. So adding the grass and these little walls in here is by far my favorite thing to do. I love it. I love terraforming and changing the landscapes and seeing how much of a difference we can make and just make it custom and I guess our own. Now, I do need to plan where this road is going to go as well because I don't really want to be double placing the grass. I think it should stick towards the outside just so I can build along the face of the mountain, which means we need to plan where this mountain is actually going to go. So I think I wanted to have a little bit of a nice curve that it's already got. So maybe like this, come out here and start curving in a little bit, and then the exact same on the other side. So you can kind of see what I've done there. Once I get the grass in, it's going to be a lot more obvious. I guess I'll place the grass in the areas that I can. Now I'll try and get this whole spot done kind of where that is marked out all the way to the back. So no more yapping by me. Enjoy a beautiful time lapse of me absolutely transforming this whole area real quick just before day 400. And just like that, this area is now a little bit more tameable. It's looking so much better from what it was before. Now, we are on the night of day 399, and the night is almost coming to an end. So we pretty much finished this project exactly on time. Now, if we look at this from the sky, you can see, obviously, this is looking a lot more obvious for how this is going to kind of shape out once it's all done. Now that we've got this area kind of trimmed down, obviously, this bridge path is going to connect over to this path here. This beetroot farm farm will most likely expand up to here somewhere, and there's going to be a couple builds around here. Now this path will of course reach over this side of the mountain and head upwards towards the very top, but that will be way down the line. Now quickly, if we just have a look at this build one more time, I just want to do a quick fly through. I think that's going to be awesome. So if we come over and we just lie through the middle, look at that. Wow, this build is phenomenal. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and it really just makes it feel less empty in this kind of ocean here. I think we've done a fantastic job, and I'm excited to see what we can do once we continue building, especially on the other side here where there's nothing except a blank canvas for us to start painting. In terms of the entire build, it's starting to come together pretty nicely. You can see we've got this bridge stretching all the way over here, and then all the way through here we've got this massive build, and then it stretches as far as the eye can see all the way to the new village over there, which is phenomenal. Now the bridge doesn't have any lighting, but I think that's okay. I think it's okay for us to keep it like that for now. If you guys have any suggestions on how we can light it up, please let me know. But as always guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to subscribe if you're still here. If you haven't, make sure to hit that subscribe button just so you can never miss out on one of these episodes again. We're trying to hit 100,000 before GTA 6, which I think we can definitely do. Anyhow, thank you so much, and as always, until next time, peace out.